was talking with a couple of friends of mine the other day, and I was explaining why the mainstream entertainment industry is failing so bad right now. And I think the main reason is the huge disconnect that they have with the market. I mean, they're living in La La Land. They're living in a complete separate universe. And it's not about the fact that they have a social agenda and they have like certain politics that they want to push. Because even the communists in my country, when they did entertainment, they had like their own agenda. And you can see it in the entertainment they did in music and movies. But the reality is that the music and movies that the communists and the people in the Soviet Union used to do were actually surprisingly good. Like, they were propaganda pieces. They were definitely there in order to try to persuade people that the party was the best and that communism was great. But they were also entertaining. Like, communist music, cinema, statues, other works of art were either beautiful to behold, or you would actually enjoy immersing yourself into it. And they were rarely cringe. Like, most of the time you would disagree with the message. However, the movie itself or the art piece, you could notice that there is beauty in it. Usually, the way people disagreed with the communist propaganda is that, well, while everyone was starving, you would have like these posters with farmers in the field, and it's bountiful, and everyone is happy and laughing, right? And it was like a more of an annoying type of propaganda, because like, you know, they're lying. Like, people are starving. You can't put food on the table, and yet in every single poster, everyone is smiling, happy, and they have like bountiful grain. So that was like the reason that communist propaganda was bad, but it wasn't cringe. So what is going on with Disney, right? Because like Disney, as you saw in the other video that I made today, they are actively admitting that they are trying to push for social change. Like, this is one of the reasons that also someone else asked. It's like, why is it that in Japanese media, like in anime, everything is wholesome, while in Western media, when you watch something, it's usually offensive. And the reason is that Japanese media is trying to stabilize their society. So basically the message is try to have kids, a wholesome message, try to help your neighbor. While the Western message is that you live into a systemic, racist country that's evil, and you need to rise up against tyranny through social justice and donate money to activists. Right? So it's a complete different message. It's a message of separation, a message of disunity, of trying to sue division. And this is why, like, by comparison, anime seems wholesome. So what is actually, like, the main problem that Disney has? Like, why can't they push their propaganda better like the communists did? And I think the answer is that, yeah, like, they're completely detached from the market, and they genuinely do not care what the market thinks. Like for instance, you take this character, Captain Marvel, that you get to see on screen. She is insanely unpopular. Like, you can't say, well, it's because of misogynismus or Islamophobia. She had, I think, like, over 10 interpretations. And they keep trying to remake comic book after comic book after comic book, and they all manage to flop. And when that doesn't work, they try to push her into movies, and they try to push her into TV shows, and they flop as well. No one buys her toys. No one buys any of her t-shirts or posters or stuff like that. And yet they still keep trying to do this character. And I genuinely don't understand why. Like, it's not that it's unappealing with the racist bigots, right? It's not like the right-wingers don't like. No one likes this character. Like, absolutely no one likes this character. You know, like, you look at something like 50 Shades of Grey, and you will notice that most men actually hate that TV show. In fact, they were memeing and making fun of people who enjoy it. But the reality is that it had a fandom. Like, there were young women that did like to go and see that thing. And because of that, it was profitable, right? So, like, when you appeal to actual women, even if men genuinely hate it and dislike it and make fun of it, you still manage to make cash overall, because there is a target audience that you're still catering to. But with Miss Marvel and many other examples, they just keep trying to stuff these things down people's throats. And what's even more hilarious is that the previous Miss Marvel was actually selling. Now, I generally cannot understand why. I can't fathom as to why, because we know that beauty is subjective, and I'm pretty sure that many people dislike the previous Miss Marvel, and they think that it's icky and whatever. But the reality is that it was selling toys. And in a way, I have to say that I am genuinely happy that they decided to ignore aesthetics, and they decided to go like, no, actually, we will decide what is aesthetically pleasing, even though you can't really do that. Because I would be scared to think how it was like if they were to actually push their message of hatred and division while using, like, sexy waifus. Because then it would actually be very difficult to resist. Especially anyone that goes on the internet and they know, like, when you have, like, a female content creator that's actually incredibly toxic and she is doing bad stuff, but because she's good looking, men are willing to absolutely defend whatever she says, whatever she does, even if, like, a man doing the exact same things would be considered to be socially unacceptable. And again, like if Miss Marvel was hot and she was actually going around, like, spreading her message of division and hatred, it would be a lot more difficult to debunk it, right? Many people would probably even find it hot. The communists used to do that, and I think, like, that's why their propaganda was successful. Meanwhile, Disney is doing the opposite. I mean, the aesthetics of this character is really bad. There's no way around it. Like, I'm sorry, like even her superpower is really boring, and it's a Plastic Man ripoff. But like, Plastic Man isn't even that popular to begin with. So yeah, I genuinely, like, do not understand why they keep doing it, why they keep trying it. But this is probably the biggest reason for Disney failure. They do not understand that you cannot force a character into being likable, right? All you can do is you can put the variables on your side through good writing and presentation of said character. But if the character itself is not likable, and I think, like, it's literally due to the superpowers that she has and her design, like, there's nothing you can do. Like, the market is just telling them no, 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 and they will just keep doing it. And it's interesting that the character with the name of the brand, Marvel, is actually one of the most disliked characters that they have. And it's both Miss Marvel and Captain Marvel. Like, both of these characters have completely failed. You know, meanwhile, DC, they have The Flash and they have Batman and Superman, and those are likable characters, but Marvel is incapable of following suit. And actually, you know what, before I go, I keep forgetting to say that. I don't even know if it actually helps, but, like, if you subscribe to my channel, like, if you enjoy the content that I put out and you subscribe, it genuinely helps me with the algorithm. They probably hate it if it helps me with the algorithm as well. But yeah, no, like, it promotes my videos. So if you do that, I would much appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in the comment section. Take care.